Hello, this is Tines, and welcome back to our review and play of a game you thought I was done playing. That I gave up. I ain't give up. I just had to take a little bit of a break. Ah, damn it. Anyway, we're here back with one of my favorite games of all time. And no, it is not. It is absolutely not. Without its flaws. It has its flaws. But still, to me, I definitely enjoyed this game better than I enjoyed Vanilla Skyrim. I don't know if it's a better game than Vanilla Skyrim, but I know I enjoyed it more than Vanilla Skyrim. And that's something people have to understand. You might enjoy a game better than another game, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's better. That is actually better. It might not be. Okay. Can we cheat? We can. Yes, indeed. For example, God of War, PS4, just like the other main God of Wars, God of War 1, 2, and 3, God of War PS4 was a 10. That's a 10 game. All day long, it's a 10 game. Alright? Whether you like it or not, whether you fully enjoy it or not, and 10 does not genuinely mean flawless. There is no such thing as a flawless game. Not really. You'll always be able to find something, because no one's perfect. Which means nothing they make is going to be perfect. But, you penis wrinkle. Anyway. What you doing, big guy? Anyway, God of War is a 10 game. All day. Spider-Man, at best, is 8.5. At best. And I would actually score it on average about a 7.5. Spider-Man PS4. There were just too many flaws that could not be ignored. And we're not talking bugs. Definitely not talking bugs. I usually will not hold bugs against the developer because that's unintentional. Usually. In Kingdom Come Deliverance's case, I had to. It was way too buggy. I had to hold it against. I mean, it is such a buggy game. It's bugs on top of bugs. As a quote-unquote fixed bugs would have. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, So, even with them, technically, I'm not even holding them fully to the bugs. It's just they have so many that even saying nope, I'm not gonna weight the bugs. It's like the cup runneth over in a negative way. It's like I have a limit, I have a cup, and it's like okay, as long as the bugs don't exceed this cup. As long as they don't spill over this cup, we good. I will not count it against them. It ranneth over the cuppeth. It really did. And, yay, secret doors. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've been after this whole time. And the game knew. Alright, so sorcery's turn to get doubled up on. What is this? Arcane weaponry. So staff and scepters, don't care about them. As far as turn it to sync. Yeah, maybe someday. But not now. Not now. And might, we're going to put 1 point. And that's going to do that. That's still good enough for now. Let's see. Oops. Might, sorcery. Yeah. So we're not quite there to become a battle mage. Not yet. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, I know what I said at the end of the last video, but then I remember, like, we should not abandon this guy.
Yes?
Like, we already started it. Let's just get it. Let's do this. And then we'll save Canaruk. Well, that was kind of unfair, but I understand where you're coming from. Now, did you guys notice how against a rock troll we were doing less damage, I think, but against a mountain troll we're doing more damage? And whoa! Did you notice how this guy just popped our skull right out of our butt cheeks? Like, he just clean knocked our skull. Yeah, our skull just got knocked clean out of our rectum. Yeah, that was entirely preventable. Do we have? Yes, we do. See, some of y'all... Oh! Some of y'all thought I was going for dead. Oh, I thought I was going to miss it. I really did. I thought I was going to miss it. Because I was just not expecting that button. I was like, no. Wait a minute. What was that? Wait. What's going on here? What's it looking at? Find Stellan's journal. Well, I mean, we're right here, so I guess we should do that. Guess we'll help him out. Well, anyway, so Spider-Man is like a 7.5 game for me. But I can see giving it up to like an 8.5 or so, like maybe. 8.5 seems a little high. But you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm trying to say. Despite this fact, that God of War absolutely deserves a higher rating than Spider-Man. 10 out of 10 versus a 7.5, like anywhere between a 7 to an 8. We'll say that. I enjoy Spider-Man more. Hands down. There's no question. I rarely play games back to back to back. I rarely play them more than once, even if I like them. Once I beat them once, that's usually it for me. I will likely not touch them again. It's very rare. God of War is no exception to this rule. Every God of War that I beat, with the exception of one where I decided, you know what, I'm going to play this on Titan mode. I had no real reason for it. I just decided to do it. I want to say that was God of War 3. And it was whatever the hardest mode was on there. I don't remember. And I was trying to beat it and play it perfect. Like, practically no hit. And I did it. I did beat it. That was it. Most God of Wars I played once. And that one I played twice. That was it. loves God of War series. My favorite series. If they came out with a remake like God of War Anthology, something like that, I'd be all in. Sony would have my money. They would just straight up have it. And there'd be nothing I could do about it. I'd be like, damn it, they got my money. I have no recourse. But Spider-Man, PS4, it was one of those games that, like God of War, I knew from the beginning that I wanted it. I wanted it when it came out. This is not common for me. Most of the time, even if I'm interested in a game, even if I like it, I do not need to play it when it comes out. And with the way game development has been going lately, whoo boy. You know what I'm talking about? Let's talk about a little thing called Anthem. And I remember when the trailer came out, saw Anthem's trailer, I'm looking at it, and I was like, that does look interesting. But I ain't gonna touch it. I'ma wait. And I had friends, you know, she was like, one of my friends, she was like, oh, did you see Anthem? I'm like, yeah, it does look interesting. It looks good. Like, are you gonna get it? Like, I'm getting it when it comes. Like, oh, well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait. But I mean, it does look like it might be good. It is a game that interests me. And what happened? Anthem was a complete and utter train wreck. Do you hear me? I mean, you already know, probably, but Anthem was garbage. It was made of garbage. It was garbagely made. Oh my goodness. And it just seems like that is the direction that game development has taken overall. And this is why I like CD Projekt Red, because yes, CD Projekt Red is trying to make money. They are a business. That is what you're supposed to do. Nobody's saying that businesses shouldn't want to make money. Of course they should want to profit. But what I believe people are saying, and this is at least what I'm saying, what you do should not only be about money, to the point where you don't care how you make said money, you just want money. Because then that leads to you doing things that are actually harmful to the community rather than serving the community. Alright? So it's like, yeah, CD Projekt Red is trying to make a profit, sure. But what they're really about is taking care of the community. In my opinion, they're a part of the gaming community. They are about the gaming community. They don't find ways to make it to where you can't mod their games. No. They're like, oh yeah, you could use our resources for your mods, even if you're using them in mods for another game. They were like, yeah, go for it. Here's how you do it. You know, they are just supportive of the gaming community in a way you just don't see from most developers / publishers that are their size. Okay? So it seems to me that a lot of these publishers, developers, especially the larger ones, what they've become about is not, they're not about making good games. They're not about making quality games. They're about getting as much money for their games as possible. And there is a difference. You understand? Like, there's a solid difference. Because now I'm researching how I can get your money, not how to make better games. How do I make better trailers? How do I generate more hype? How do I increase the number of pre-orders I get? That's what I'm about. And that does not a good game make. Right? That's the problem. That is a huge problem to me. You know how I do. I gotta explorate. I gotta go to areas. I know it's the other way, but I just want to make sure there's nothing we're missing. Doesn't look like it. So, we'll head back down. But that's what it seems to be about, man. It just seems like all they care about is how to get your money and get as much of it as possible for one game. So their trailers are getting better. Their advertisements are getting better. Things like that. But the games themselves are not actually improving. Yeah, come have a chat with me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. There's something I'd like to show you. But it's like the trailers and the commercials and things like that, it's like they're getting better. But the games themselves, I'm telling you, outside of graphics, they just seem to be stagnant, or worse, there's times where they actually seem to go backwards. They absolutely seem to be going backwards at times. And it is frustrating. And the only reason, let's be honest, the only reason, what in the hell are these? Well, they're might, and they are much better, so we're going to equip them. And they look good. I like how they look. We did not lose out in any way this time. The only reason graphics keep improving is because graphics are one of those ways that they sell games. It's the eye candy. Even I can get suckered in by that. If a game... Whoa, biscuits! Ah! Oops. I was trying not to do that. I wanted to do this. I effed you up. We should have compared those gauntlets. Those reinforces. Oh dear Lord. Is that right? Am I looking at this right? I'm looking at it right. What the dickens? Alright, let's throw you in junk. Let's throw you in with it. Hot damn. Ah, yeah, we knew he was dead, let's be honest. Most of the time, you're just gonna find corpse for quests like this. Yeah, you're on corpse retrieval. Wow, this is vastly different from what we just experienced twice now. Because this is way weaker than what we had, so we're junking that. I see Stellan, and I just think, Stelios! Stelios, come to... Like, actually, I would remember his last name. Stelios! Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Can I read it? Yeah. The Journal of Stellan Rayton. Modus Mining will be astonished at these findings. So many reagents lie within these woods. The alchemical implications are enormous. Wild Fae pose quite the problem, though. It will take an exorbitant amount of manpower to subdue and control the beast here. Still, the potency of the plant life here should make it worthwhile. The Fae themselves might be a problem, assuming the fabled city of Issa actually exists. Haven't seen anything to indicate it's real. Wouldn't surprise me if the ruins I keep finding are the only vestige of their rule. Overall, Dalentarth should make quite the profit for the company. Headquarters will be pleased. And we better take that. Stelios. Stelios, come to... Stelios and Louise. Stelios and Louise. Grab this, even though it does not appear to be a quest item. I mean, it's sparkling, but it does not look questy. A tattered journal. Day 7. Keska betrayed me. Thought the girl wanted that foolish cult destroyed, but it turns out she was just bait. Why can't I ever resist a pretty pair of legs? Damned fools keep chanting and smearing that foul-smelling sap all over their faces. Kenrick hired me to kill this cult, but I've only become another tender morsel for his dark tree god. Ugh. Some bounty hunter I've turned out to be. They have others, people and creatures, pinned like cattle in cages. Think we're food, but for what? I need to get out of here. Day 11. Ceremony last night. Or day? I can't tell. Everyone chanting, holding hands. Something was killed, couldn't make out what from my cage. Screams sounded human, mostly. There was a thunderclap, I think. Then every torch in the place went dark. Lots of screams. Wet sounds, smacks and swallows, smell of blood. Been quiet for a while. Not sure what's happening. They forgot about me, I bet. Day 13. She came near. I think it was her, Keska. Hair was white though. Legs too long. Her voice like teeth scraping on bone. Her eyes are so bright. I think she's becoming something else. Something different. And I think she ate the others. Am I next? Day 21. No sign, no food. Drinking sap that drips from the dark above. Her voice is everywhere. She hunts in the cave, eating with thick, wet gulps. Thinks she forgot about me and my cage. I'm glad it's dark. Can't see. Don't want to see. Soon I'll be thin enough to fit between the bars, and then I'll escape. That probably did not work out. No, it did not work out. At all. So this game, I don't know if I'd rate it above Skyrim. Like, I don't know if it deserves a rating above vanilla Skyrim. But I did enjoy it more. I definitely enjoy it more. I've played through this game more times than I played through vanilla Skyrim. Which vanilla Skyrim I played through twice, but really only because I changed consoles, so to speak. Skyrim is 100% the reason why I got into PC gaming. More specifically, it was the modding community. When I saw the mods you could do for Skyrim, I had to get a PC and it had to be able to take on Skyrim and handle Skyrim modding. Had to. But hold on a sec. Look at that. See, I told you it's generic. I told you. Very generic weapon. When did we get these? I was not paying attention, obviously. I almost junked them just now. that almost happened. That would have been a serious mistake. But if not for the modding community, And I mean, that was my first time really getting into the PC game. I just wanted to see how it looked. But I was going to junk it no matter what, because how weak it is. Though it kind of sucks that neither one of our weapons is fire damage. I kind of wish we had burning. But anyway. And even then, I didn't play through Vanilla Skyrim. I modded it immediately and destroyed everything and couldn't get anything to start. That was my first time trying to play modded Skyrim. But I never paid any attention to PC gaming before that. Never. Didn't care. I was pure console. All the way, 100% pure console. Didn't understand why anyone would PC game. And it was like Skyrim add this companion, changed the look of this and everything. Oh, I was like, wow. You could do all that. So eventually, got my first PC meant to play. Inspect Brother Podrick's corpse. Brother Podrick has perished while on his personal exploration quest of Split Rock Depths. On his body is a tattered journal detailing what happened. We're going to take that journal. And then we're going to read that journal. Is it an item or a consumable? It should just be an item, right? There we go. Let's read this. Brother Podrick's travel notes. Day 8. Split Rock Depths feels like a winding maze as I travel deeper into the cave. I have been attacked a few times already, but was able to narrowly escape. Day 16. I feel that I am closer to finding the hidden exit. I terribly miss my companions from St. Edric's and wonder if I made the right choice doing this. Day 81. I am cold and beginning to run low on supplies. I will not return until I have found the treasure I seek. I will show Brother Holt he can be proud of me, that my search was not in vain. I will make all the monks so proud. That's unfortunate. I mean, in a way, he found a treasure, I think. Yeah, usually I'm about great swords, but you know, we're about to equip this. We are going to replace this weapon here. I didn't even really read what it was. Like, I just saw that big old damage sandwich. And it looked unique, like a unique hammer. Thayle is getting his Thor on. Deal with it. Deal with it. It's all physical damage, though. That kind of sucks. But, I mean, it's still better than what we had before. But this is why we explorate, damn it. This game rewards explorating. Yeah, I know we can go out that way, but I didn't see a way down. Or else I would take it. Let's look again just to be sure. We can't, like, jump down somewhere. I don't think we can. Like, I assume that's the treasure he was looking for. Because this is kind of like a hidden exit. And there's a chest, so. But yeah, I didn't know much about computers at the time. And my first PC had a GTX 660 in it. Some years ago. Like at the time, it wasn't the very top, but it was sufficient. It was It was arguably maybe a top tier or upper mid tier card at the time. And yeah, I destroyed my Skyrim. I read like no directions, watched no tutorials. I was just excited. I'm like, I want this. Why won't my game start? Why is it crashing?
After he had won, Lord Chris said to Nyx, with a mind to ease and a will to fix, "You are a troll, and that is good, my friend. You have no faults in truth, no wrong to mend. But if it be your wish to join their kind, a better way we will help you to find. There is naught wrong with following your will, as long as it does not bring others ill." Again the heroes of honor stayed true, the story of a troll, and the knights too.
Alright, that didn't have the ending I thought it did. So, that's not bad. And we completed this, and that means we get plus 3% to critical hits whenever we're fighting Fae, which will happen. Also, the heroes in this story, I'm pretty sure we encounter them. I'm fairly certain that we do. I can't believe we nailed that on the first try. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm the broken clock in that scenario. There's a circle like right next to us.
Yes?
Oh. Yeah, I got some good news and some bad news.
My journal! Oh, I trust this wasn't too difficult to obtain. What of Horace?
I'm not even sure why they gave us the option to say anything. There's only one thing to say.
A shame that. Thank you for being brave enough to retrieve this, in spite of what happened to Horace. As we agreed, here is some gold for your trouble. I appreciate your help.
Tell me about Horace.
Terrible. Terrible what happened to him. I will remember Horace Despero as the bravest gnome I ever had the pleasure to meet. He was one fine, dedicated worker. You don't find that sort of ethic much anymore.
The height of crime. That's weird. I did not know that's what the quest was called. That's a weird name for this quest. What did we just do? Well, anyway, I'm not going to talk too much more about the modding aspect. But yes, you know, when I saw that, that's what got me into it. But before modding, I played vanilla Skyrim one time. I was not interested in playing it anymore. But Kingdoms of Amalur, and it's weird, and it's the same thing with Spider-Man PS4. I find it strange that I wanted to play through more than once. Same with Black Flag, because they're linear games. They don't change at all, right? Like, they play out the exact same way every time you play them. Kingdoms of Amalur is no exception. Mass Effect 1 and 2 I played through more than once, but I expected to because there are multiple endings and multiple different choices you can make. Mass Effect 3 killed all that for me. I mean murdered that. Before I finished Mass Effect 3, I was all excited. I was all excited before I started playing Mass Effect 3. And as I played Mass Effect 3, my enthusiasm was on the decline. Okay? And it was declining because...
Careful, friend.
Hold on.
Well done, brother. Well done indeed. I know in time the trolls will return, but at least now I can make it back to Shieldring Keep with my head held high. Here, take this. It was Jory's sword hilt. Broken now, but she might be mighty again if a skilled smith wanted to make her so. It's what Jory would have wanted. I'm sure you'll put it to good use. Farewell.
I don't know if we actually encounter him in Shieldring Keep. Because some of this stuff is like that, which I do consider a flaw. But that's how gaming is done, or game development is done a lot of times. Dialogue has no impact on gameplay, and I really wish we'd see more games push the envelope on that. I want to see the player have more of an effect on their environment. I want the dialogue to have more of an effect on their environment, etc., etc. So anyway, where's Counter-Rook? I guess is this. Alright. And actually, let's save some time. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's do that. And I know there's an exclamation mark, but I kinda, I don't know, I want to wait. I like to wait on that.
What is it?
Okay, where's the store? I forgot. I think it has a blacksmith sign on it.
Yes, stranger?
I can't tell what I'm doing. Okay. Let's do this. Where you at, Beckery? You crazy person.
You're the one that's causing all of this.
And I know I give Skyrim some crap. I give them crap. That is just the honest truth.
Whether you like it or not.
But at the same
my
time,
widows spare you.
I have to admit there are some things where they are just way more advanced than a lot of other games. Like just background-ish type things like the scheduling, the AI packages and things. Like you don't see a lot of that, and I wish you would. But yes, Mass Effect, I played that. You know, my enthusiasm went down as I played Mass Effect 3. There were signs that I was going to be disappointed.
What's needed?
And I mean from the very beginning. Alright? What do I mean? At the very beginning, just about, you encounter this boy. And this boy, no matter what you say to this boy, the exact same outcomes happen. It doesn't matter. The game pauses, it gives you options. You can say this or say this. No matter what you say, the outcome plays out identically. I remember from that very moment going, oh damn. Like it told me what this game was going to be like. And sure enough, if the whole game wasn't just the illusion of choice. In Mass Effect 1, choices really felt like they mattered. Mass Effect 2 somehow managed to make the choices for Mass Effect 1 still matter to a degree, but I will admit, on the choice aspect, I was experiencing a decline in since Mass Effect 2. Because I was like, they kind of matter, but they kind of don't. All that's really changing is, like, the changes are superficial. So, like, if you save this one woman, instead of killing her in Mass Effect 1, all it did was change who approached you later in Mass Effect 2. And it's kind of like, I mean, that is a difference, but So I was still excited, but not as excited. But then Mass Effect 3 went full on, haha, choice is an illusion. And it was like, it starts that way. And as my mama said, and I'm sure it's actually a saying, it's not something she came up with, most things end how they begin. And that game stuck to it, did it. That game stuck to it, didn't it?
Oh, they said, it is not good to have a darkened summer, so I made a night. Oh, they said, to Yolvin you should look, so I found Cathras. Oh, they said, you have no food, so I brought water. Oh, they said, you have no homes, so I grew trees. Oh, they said, you have no music, so I laughed.
Alright, so that was terrifying. I don't know who that was or what that's about. Like, some of these lore stones, and I think is a good mix. I'd say it's a good mix. They seem to have, like, no relevance to anything. But they still might be interesting regardless. Or maybe I'm missing the connection at times. But then you get other lore stones like the ones we encountered in Haxie, where I'm telling you, those two heroes, you run into them. They're in the game. And it's like, damn, you know? Anyway, so Mass Effect, it was like, when 3, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for 3. I can't imagine how many saves I'm going to have. I'm going to have one save where this happened, where this happened. But like I said, to be fair, my enthusiasm went down from 1 instead of going up. Immediately, it started with Mass Effect 2. It didn't drop so much to where I wasn't going to touch Mass Effect 3. And I'm about to upset a lot of people right now. It's not like Star Wars. Like with Star Wars, oh, I disliked it so much I wasn't going to see any more of them in the theater. They hooked that up like right away. But oh man, that's right. It's a separate weapon, which means the charging doesn't work the same on it. Boo! But yeah, it didn't get to that level because I definitely wanted to see 3. I was still on board. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. But my enthusiasm did go down after 1. It went down playing 2. Or should I say it went down slightly, but then with 3 it just really dropped. It plummeted. I mean plummeted. Ah, biscuit. Yeah, I do not like the charge move for the hammer. I don't like it. I hope we get a great sword soon that I love that can replace this. Easily replace this. But the first sign that something was wrong for me actually came before the boy. Ah, this is weak. Junk. It was when we found out that if your shepherd died in Mass Effect 2, you would have to create a new shepherd to play Mass Effect 3. That was the first indication of trouble, in my opinion. That was the very first indication. The seller, you might disagree with this. You'll go, well, what did you expect? He's the main character, he or she. What did I expect? What did I expect? I expected if we could die in the story, that it would have an impact on the story. That's what I expected. And we did not get that. It was like when a developer that sold you on choices is telling you, hey, a shepherd could die. They could not survive. I was like, what? That's pretty freaking cool. Especially since we know there's a trilogy. So then you had people excited about this prospect, like I was. And they're like, you know, we're speculating. What do you think happens when you die? Like, you don't have Shepard. Like, what do you think happens? And it's like, are we going to play as a different character? Are we going to play as one of the squad mates? You know, like, this is how people are excited about this. And then we found out that, yeah, if your Shepard didn't make it in Mass Effect 2, you'll have to create a new Shepard for Mass Effect 3. It'll be like, so, wait a minute. So, we would have to do like someone would have to do if they've never played Mass Effect 2. That doesn't make sense. So, the developer, BioWare, what do? They get defensive. They try to make it seem like people like me were dumb for what we were thinking and feeling. Well, it was very hard to kill Shepard. It was very hard for your Shepard to die. And it's like, how the hell does that address anything? Right? Because if it wasn't going to change anything, if it wasn't going to have any narrative impact or gameplay impact, then dying shouldn't have been an option. Shouldn't even have been a choice. Why would it be a choice? Like, I made a very poor choice there. I should have went with the chakras. Obviously. Because I would have hit more of them at once. I would have been able to catch them with a level 2 charge attack like this. That's how we should have started. Oh. I'm not timing this right. Alright, is that everyone? Can I loot this weird sack now? But it should not even have been possible to die if that was going to be the outcome. Now, to be fair, what I think happened was that initially they did have intent to have the player be able to continue somehow if Shepard died. But maybe budget constraints or time constraints, they had no choice but to change course. But I feel like they should have been honest about it, instead of making it seem like this was always their intent and that we were silly for wanting anything else. No other game was going to do that. No other game does that. You understand? It's like, Silk Farmer Journal. I meant to read it. I know you guys love when I read this stuff, he said sarcastically. Where is it? Silk Farmer's Journal. Day 12. Lost another silk farmer to the webwood today, and I almost didn't go out this morning. Never knew the spiders to be so jumpy. Maybe we just got too complacent in the woods? I don't know. I've also never seen them come so close to the village. But with so many of us sick with poison, there's no one to harvest the silk. And so the price of it is going up. Gardeners paying triple for anyone who's willing to brave the forest of the silk. Huh. I can't say no to that kind of money. I just need to be quick and I'll get out of it alive. That's the secret. That clearly did not work out. You poor woman. Don't you understand how video games work? Let me stop playing. You're gonna die if you're not me. But yeah, instead of making it seem like this was always the intent and you're ridiculous for thinking that there should have been more, They should have just been honest and said what we wanted to do was just overly ambitious. Like, we did have a plan and it was just too complicated. And I gotta give the developers, Warhorse Studios, some credit. Not completely. Cause they were not always like this. But on some things they were. On some things they were like this. And if you think in my head I yelled biscuits really loud, you would be correct. I yelled biscuits so loud. So loud. Because I was like, that scared the absolute hell out of me. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do this. Please let us mess them up. Please. Let us get that XP. Yeah. Yeah. They gave us a little something. I can't see. I don't know where you are. Okay. I love chakras. I love them. It's just, I'm really about the compensator. But yes. So, for instance, there was going to be blacksmithing in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Rather than respond to people's disappointment by going, oh, you shouldn't have expected it or whatever. They were just like, we were going to do it, but we wanted to do it right, and it was just too complicated, and we just haven't figured it out, and we were going to feature it, we're going to feature it the right way. That was awesome. And I agreed. Like, I gotta tell you, there's a lot they did wrong. There's a lot of issues with this game. God knows. But the way they did alchemy in that game, I love it. I love it. I want to see more games handle it the way they handled it. I would argue they did alchemy perfect in Kingdom Come Deliverance.
The steam of summer from the forest, like a runner in the night, or mist from a lover's whisper. Spectral blood from the riverbed wraps our bodies in gloss. The fog eases through blades of grass. We shall grasp these floating strands of summer and capture beauty in our work.
With this game, seriously, they really need to come out not with a sequel. Not with a sequel. I know that seems crazy. And it's like, what come on. I'm so much about remakes. I really am. And I'm surprised we don't get more of them, because I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine they cost less to make than making an entirely new game. And I crapped myself there. So, please, no judgment. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. God, I love the chakras. Ugh. Right in the nose. I mean, maybe not. I don't think spiders have noses. But if spiders have noses, I hit them right in the nose. Take that. There's like a cave or something near here that we are not going to explore. I just wanted to make sure we could fast travel to it, because I know we're going to have to go in there someday. But I would do a remake of this game. Alright, this game, while I do love it, mind you, Spider-Man obviously does not need a remake. Spider-Man needs a sequel. They need to get on that like right now. I hope they's already working on it because we need that sequel and they need to improve upon it. Now there's things that they could do that's better, that would be better, but those things don't take away from the score. They don't take away from the rating. But they are design choices that, you know, I really wish they had taken a different route in some of these areas. But this game is remake territory. Absolutely. There are things that need to be different, and if you did it, and I'll tell you, I would call it the Well of Souls edition. I probably mentioned this already, but still, I'm telling you, they need to remake this game. They're leaving money on the table. They need to remake this goddamn game. Increase the amount of gold. I mean, you can. Like, you can do this. But we not gonna. Let's do this instead. Because, and I kind of felt this way when we were playing The Godfather. Oh, we're doing Mike twice. You can always tell when they're even, it means we just did sorcery twice. Which means we go back to Mike. And that'll put us uneven, and that lets us know we gotta do sorcery twice. Special longsword, greatsword, hammer. Okay. Charge special attacks. Yeah, let's do that. Did we do it? Okay, so and undo that point. Great sword mastery. Longsword mastery. Brutal weaponry. Like, I don't know if this affects the damage of hammers. No, it doesn't. See, and we have no hammer mastery, and I don't want to put points in it. So we're going to have to go back to what you call. We're going to have to go back to that. Now we could be a battle mage. Confirm. Wait, did I do that? No. Okay. Confirm. Huh. Okay. Yeah, we need to change this up. This ain't gonna work for us. I thought I could do it, y'all. I could do it. I can't. And that hammer's so much better in every way, but I can't bring myself to do it. I guess we may as well throw the forge away, throw it in the trash. So disappointing, so disappointing. Really hate inventory management. I hate it so much. But it's one of those necessary evils. I'm sure one of those shields was actually better, but I don't care. I like talismans. But yeah, I get if people would not rate this game above vanilla Skyrim, but for me, like, what were we doing that whole time? What are we doing now? Did we just go back? We did. I am terrible at my job. Alright, where are you, sir? You wanted to talk to me for some reason?
Speak with me a moment while we're away from prying ears. Kenrock is looking to me for leadership, and I'm more than happy to give it to them. However, if Barton returns, that all evaporates. Let me put it this way. It is for the best that he is dead.
Huh?
Do you understand?
I do.
He's a stubborn and superstitious fool. He'd have the entire town chasing shadows instead of harvesting riches.
Yeah, Thayle's not about that.
It would do you well to befriend me. So long as I hold sway in Kenrock, I can pay very well for your loyalty. But I understand your initial reservations. I don't need you to accept immediately. Just think about it. When the time comes, I have faith you'll come around.
Yeah, we'll ask him, even though we're not going to do it.
What are you talking about? I merely asked you to find Barton within Webwood. Or what's left of him. Now, are we finished? Kenrock has need of me. I'm a very important man, you know. Good hunting!
Yeah, that was good dialogue. And I did remember that. I played through enough times where I remember what he really wanted. And we're just going to sell our goods. I mean, we don't have much to sell, but we're going to sell them. That way, when we come back for reals, we'll actually be trying to help Kenrock when we get back. That will actually happen. It didn't happen this time, but it will next time for real.
What are you bothering me for?
I wasn't even talking to you. But yeah, so I'm just tired of developers. I'm tired of me doing that. I'm tired of it. Just seems like that's the direction we've moved in. No more quality games. We're focused on how we can get pre-orders, how we can figure out loot boxing. You know what I mean? That way we can get over $1,000 from one person for one game. You know, it's all about hype now. I mean, Elder Scrolls, rather. Look how long it took to even announce another Elder Scrolls. Look how long it took. Squeezing every drop they could out of Skyrim, okay? And then, when they do announce that there's going to be another one, that's all they say. All they said was Elder Scrolls. There were people screaming and excited about this at E3. I saw that. There's people making videos on how excited they are. I gave no damns. Do you understand? I literally gave not a single damn. I will not begin to care until you actually show me something. They showed us a title screen, and it's not even the actual title of the game. We don't even know what the actual game's going to be called. We don't know where it takes place. They showed some landscape, and people lost their minds. It's like they've mastered hype, and I'm tired of the hype. I want substance. I want substance. So that's my stance. That's been my talk for this particular episode. I hope I did not scare any of you away. And that you'll come back. But anyway, I thank you for watching this video, as always. And until next time, please continue to enjoy gaming. And please take care. Thank you.